Hi guys, I'm Shmee and welcome back to the Where's Shmee Euro Tour. We're back in Germany. It was a spectacularly quick visit over to Portugal to visit Pirelli at Estoril, check out the new P0, drive some pretty cool cars and go for that hot lap in the Huayra BC. Now you'll have to excuse the background noise here. We are next to a building site because we're at the Klassikstadt, the home of McLaren Frankfurt, where of course I dropped off the 675 LT after my outing to Pure McLaren at Spa. It's had a sort of post-track day shakedown. It's kind of thing you're recommended to do with these kind of cars. Just put it in, have everything looked at, all the basic stuff like tyres and brake wear, but also the fluid levels, get it all checked out, make sure there are no issues, especially before you depart on a sort of continuation of a road trip like we're doing, of course. We wouldn't want there to be any issues, and given the value and the nature of the car, I want to make sure it's absolutely spot on. That's very important to me. And keep it absolutely lovely. So obviously we were driving it here in spectacularly horrendous weather. It's had a wash down. And it's now nice and clean, ready for the day ahead. We're also going to have a quick pop here into the Klassikstadt and just have a look at what's around. Then from here we're going to go to Motorworld, which is the sister to this, in Stuttgart, before we visit TechArt later on and then head further south. So another day looking around, travelling, on the road, just visiting some places. It was kind of interesting actually when we just got back here, reloading the car, as you will. Because we've actually got a serious amount of stuff here. We've got 2 suitcases, laptop bag, small bags in the front. That fits fine. And then in here, we've got a couple of soft bags behind the seats. You can see, we've got 3 soft bags back here. You can actually fit. Obviously I've been careful not to scratch the back of the carbon seats, but because the carbon seats are so thin, you get so much luggage space behind, and you can actually fit a ton of stuff in here, even soft bags down behind the seats, and down there we've also got the 118 model from Special Operation Models that I showed you the other day. I think it went down rather well. You guys rather like this. I certainly love this thing. Kind of taking it everywhere just to take some photos and stuff to share on social media. But I think that's enough of an intro to today. It's nice to be back in Germany, of course, back with the LT. But let's head inside Klassikstadt, take a look around. Lamborghini have 2 LP580s here, an Aventador in the middle, of course. LP580, I actually drove one of yesterday at Estoril in Portugal, which is pretty crazy. And over on this side, in McLaren Frankfurt, is the silver chrome P1 GTR. That just looks mega. Second P1 GTR I've seen on this trip, actually. There's another one in the service centre here when I stopped by a couple of days ago. But that is moderately insane. Let's go take a quick look upstairs as well. We have a Ferrari FXX. It's kind of cool with all of the boxes and things to do with it. And the pump to fill it up, that must just dump out immediately straight into the car. Kind of caged up here. Would be nice to see it out on track. This is quite cool, 3-litre CSL and the brighter yellowy greeny colour. That's actually really, really awesome. I like that a lot. That's quite nice. Not sure what that is exactly, but it looks cool.
We're flying down the Autobahn, and as you just saw, we're following a Boxster Spider, just like the one I drove from It's My Noise when I was in California 2 months ago, less than 2 months ago. It's slightly wet, so we're being a bit careful, but earlier today we did get to 298. When I say 298, it wasn't quite 300, but this guy's on it. He's playing hard. We're going to be a bit cautious. Sit behind as we make our way down towards the Motorworld. Look at him, he's off. He's off like a rocket. I should drop some gears. 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270. I love this car. It is so hilariously fast. It's insane. That was 220 up to 270, and the numbers just rise and rise and rise and rise and rise. And it has so much grip, and at that speed, as soon as you lift off, the wing shoots up in the air. You have all the downforce you can imagine. I guess we're going to go alongside. Let's go past. It makes the journey a little bit more entertaining, but now we're reaching some traffic, so we'll back it off a little bit. You don't want to go flying past other cars at silly, silly speeds, but yeah, Autobahn fun, everybody loves it, and you just have to play it safe, be careful, watch out for traffic, because when you're going that fast, it can be moderately terrifying. But we'll make our post on Instagram that I'm going to be there. We'll have some lunch, have a quick look around, and see if anybody turns up, say hello, and see what's going on.
Started again, and hey look, this car. So that's an AMG GTS. In fact, that's an edition 1 in solar beam yellow, which looks very nice. And congratulations has to go to my fellow YouTuber Paul of Supercars of London, because he has bought this car. He has bought now a blood red one of that car. Well, this car. You will get that reference if you've watched his collection video to this car. But we're going to keep going. Hey, it looks like the rain is literally just cleared in front of us. Onwards to Motorworld. Maserati dealers, didn't really spot anything as we were driving, but we'll go in, we'll get ourselves a bite to eat, we'll have a quick look around as well, see generally what's going on. We'll head this way down towards the main venue. Going to be photographed immediately, that's not too much of a surprise. Here we go, driving in. Oh, they've moved the entrance, that used to be the entrance. How times change. I'm not the only LT today, just been catching up with the owner of this car who came to join and just park alongside. He's here visiting the dealership that we'll pop into later as well. Always nice to have two LTs together. It's also nice for me to hear it from the outside. They do sound rather good. Obviously, I don't get to hear that too often, but I'm going to go back in now and grab a bite to eat. Let's take a quick look around then. I come to stand on the stairs because you get a pretty cool view from up here of a lot of very, very nice cars. So the dealership side, Aventador SV, Aventador 50th Anniversary Roadster, always a good start. That's an interesting Gallardo. Bentley Continental GT3R. Not sure what car we're listening to. But there's something down there making some sort of noise. Let's meander through because, well, in here there is always fun stuff to see. Aventadors, 3 Aventadors around Bentley. Down where we started is where the Bentley and Lamborghini showrooms are. We'll keep coming through, trying to peek my eyes here, see what we've got. Huracan, GT3 RS, Vanquish, DB6, is that a GT2 RS up there maybe? You might be able to see better than I can. Lots of nice stuff, the McLaren dealer as well. Oh, Carrera GT right here, 650S Spider next to it. Keep wandering through past McLaren Stuttgart. Service centres here as well. I've stopped here many times. You quite possibly know about all of this if you follow the kind of things I get up to, because I like to swing past Motorworld. That's actually a very unusual 12C there. There's some different bits. There's like noises of cars everywhere. I don't know what it is or what's moving around, but it's bumbling away. There's an AMG GT up there. That's always fun. Actually, everything around here is fun. Ah, there we go. That's what's going on. Let me walk up just to get a vantage point of what we've got here. Those are some familiar shapes. F40, F40. Is that an Enzo in the middle there? Down there. So, yeah, that's Motorworld. Oh, there's a 458 there too. That's Motorworld Stuttgart today. We are now going to get back in the car because we're going over to TechArt. After a short little drive, we have arrived at our next stop of the day, which is TechArt. Now, I visited here a few times before, and today I'm going to be taking a look at 2 cars, which will feature more in depth in a video that's yet to come when we reach the end of the tour. And that is going to be this, which is the new facelifted 991 Carrera S. So the new Carrera S with the turbocharged engines. Obviously a big change from Porsche, and the first time I'll have driven one. It's not just any Carrera S though. This is of course the TechArt car, so it has Aero Kit 1 and it also has some performance increases. So power up from 420 PS to 480. Torque up from 500 Newton meters to 580 Newton meters. Around the car we've got some visual designs that come with the Aero kits of the new front splitter, carbon fibre pieces here in the centre, the door mirrors, we've got these new sort of aero wings around the front vents, the carbon splitter around the front, the new forged wheels, new skirts. At the rear, 2 different optional wings for this car. This is the smaller wing, there's also a much larger fixed wing. This of course moves actively with speed. New 4-tip exhaust system, active exhaust, so we're going to hear that in the video. And the diffuser of course as well. A special colour on the exterior. Now if you'd noticed that the calipers are really rather bright, that ties in with the interior. So this car has a full TechArt interior. There's a lot obviously to show. Custom materials, the orange stitching that goes with all of the sort of orange lacquered parts, the key, the drive selector in the centre, the gear stick. There's a custom leather to the seats, completely custom seats in fact, with new design and style. And this is a pretty nice touch down here. The lacquered parts for the seat controls that are painted to match the exterior. But TechArt do this sort of full overhaul of the interior trim, the carbon, the pedals, the door sill plate, everything. And it makes for a really rather nice car. So I'm going to be taking that for a drive and probably enjoying some rather awesome sounds from it, so I'm looking forward to that. And then the next car that I'm also going to be featuring is the new Magnum. So this is the Magnum based on the Cayenne GTS. Standard car has 440 horsepower, this has 480. It has an always-on exhaust, but it's a completely new body kit. For the TechArt's Magnum package, they create new pieces, like it's got the carbon fibre bonnet with the vents at the side, with these centre sort of veins through the middle of it. It's a completely new front end, new shape, new design, new sort of look with the aero wings, the new grille, very aggressive design to it. Obviously some rather large wheels, same Forged 4 wheels. We've got carbon trim down the side, the door mirrors. At the rear you've got the spoiler at the top, the boot lid spoiler, and an aggressive diffuser, and the exhaust system down there as well, carbon tips. But this also has the full TechArt Magnum interior. And one thing I really like is this carbon fibre, this sort of black and red carbon fibre, but painted parts everywhere you look. Leather here in the air vents. Both of these cars have this completely new TechArt steering wheel. It's not the standard series wheel, it's their own sort of redesigned wheel. And everything in here basically is changed. New everything, just everything. Everywhere you look, Alcantara, stitching, seats, the carbon, the plastics are all updated in here as well. We've got the red pieces for the seat controls. So this is based on the Cayenne GTS, but with a little bit more power and a lot more aggression to the looks of the car. So that's rather nice. GT3 that was just outside is moving too. I'm also going to heading off. I'm also going to head inside and take a look around, but like I said, I'm going to full drives with those other cars. Stay tuned for that. I'm doing my best possible job right now to get in the way. Just a quick look at them now. Stay tuned, of course, for the full features and maybe some snippets of that now, but if not, who even knows what's coming next? I'm going to go film. We're having a sneak peek into the workshop, so let's just have a look at a couple of things. We've got the Grand GT that we saw at Geneva in the rather crazy purple colour. GT3 RS here being worked on, some new parts being created, carbon louvers for example. A lot of Porsche customers are looking to have these louvers over the front arches in carbon, and you can't have that from the factory, so that's being created, which is quite exciting. We've also got the carbon intake there for the side. Lots of other projects going on. A 997 being converted to a GT Street R over here. Obviously still doing work on all the previous gen cars where required. And lots of other things going on too. There we have it. I'm back from driving both cars. It's been a pretty good afternoon, both quite interesting. And like I said, I'm going to have a much more sort of full piece coming with those two cars in due course. For us now, though, we're going to be jumping back into the McLaren. We've got another little drive ahead of us as we head down towards the south of Germany, because tomorrow we're going to be stopping via Abt. And there's something rather special happening at Abt, and I'm looking forward to sharing this one with you. It's going to be a big day, a very, very exciting day, and it almost kickstart the next part of the trip, the weekend, where we'll be driving through the Alps, joined by some other YouTubers on our way to cars and coffee. So a big thanks to TechArt, of course, for having me today and for driving those two cars. Had a lot of fun also earlier today. Well, picking this car up is always fun. Having a look around Klassikstadt and then stopping off at the Motorworld on the way down through Stuttgart too, where we grabbed our lunch. For now, though, it's a long motorway leg in the LT. Not going to complain too much, even though it's a little bit hardcore perhaps for motorway, but c'est la vie, I think you can say. I'm not too unhappy. Tomorrow and the next couple of days are going to be an awful lot of fun. So thank you very much, as always, for watching, guys. That's it for today's episode of the Where's Shmee Euro Tour, and I'll be back with you tomorrow with very exciting stuff. So thank you very much. I'll catch you then. Cheers. Okay, so here we go. P1 time. Got the lift system up already. That's going to make it easy to get. If Porsche offered me a GT3 RS, I would not take a second to think about buying one. Let's jump in.